Hello, AV Techers. This is Mr. Wickwar, and this project is called Cereals That Failed. Okay, what we're going to do here is you're going to work with text. Typography is what it's all about. Here you're going to change the text on a cereal box to create a cereal box that failed. Okay, first thing you need to do is you need to find a cereal box. So what I did is I typed in Frosted Flakes, one of my faves. Once it opened, you make sure you click on Images, click on Tools, click on Size Large Images, and then I want you to pick a 3D shaped box. Try to find one with a solid background like this one, except this isn't 3D. So a 3D box would look something like this. Okay, I believe I picked this box when I first started. Notice that it does have a solid blue background. That's going to help in a little bit. Right click, save image as, drop it into a folder on your desktop in an AV Tech folder. Okay, make an AV Tech folder called Breakfast Cereals, and boom, you're going to drop it in here. Once you have that done, open up Photopea, click on File, New. We are going to choose Photo, and we are going to choose 8 by 12 inches. And then to make sure you change dots per inch to 72, not 300. So that's 8 by 12 inches, and then create. Once you get it open, you're going to go File, Open in Place, and you're going to drop yours right in here, just like so. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of the background. Okay, and what you will see here is the Frosted Flakes logo, and we're going to be working with text a little bit. I'm going to show you how this is done. I'm going to zoom in and scroll up. And one thing you could, and first I'm just going to replace this logo. Now to replace this logo, I could either change a letter. Maybe it was going to be called Frosted, and we come in something Air Bakes, and it's little baked beans or something, okay? And we put a B here. But the problem with that is then I have to match this text, and that's hard to do. So instead, I'm going to use the dropper tool. I'm going to match this color right here. I'm going to choose my paintbrush, and I'm just going to paint over this, okay? A shortcut is to right click and adjust the size right there. Look how easy that is. Okay, and then I just begin erasing. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out, Control minus just a little bit so I can get in here and get this. And I'm going to be a little bit sloppy because I don't have a ton of time. I want to keep this video under 5 minutes, so I'm going to be a little quick, but you'll get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and delete all this, and I'm not going to erase all of this. I'm going to kind of go like so. And as you can see, because the background was solid when I picked my image, it's very simple to get rid of all of this text. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're actually going to put text right back on top. Okay, so just about like so. Then I'm going to get my text tool, and I'm going to click it right here, and I'm going to type, let's call it Frosted. And I actually already matched the text from a while back. But to remember a few things about text, remember that you can, if you highlight it, using the text tool under character, you can spread it apart. Watch me spread it apart. Together. Okay, remember this is called tracking. Okay, and then you can change the color of it here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on the outside, and I'm going to add a stroke. So I'm going to click on stroke. The stroke color I'm going to do is kind of a dark blue. Okay, I'm going to click OK. I'm going to stretch that blue out just a little more. And then I'm going to add an additional stroke by clicking the plus sign. This stroke I want to be black. And I'm going to add just a little bit of a stroke there. And I'm going to click OK. Now, check it out. One other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to click on Warp. And I'm going to add a warp text. I'm going to use what is called the rise. And I'm just going to rise it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to close that out by clicking OK. And as you can see, by stretching it just a little, I have a pretty good little text string here. Now, I'm not going to show you all of it. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and show you, kind of like when they cook, the before and after. This is my finished product. Actually, it's not finished. But as you can see, I have frosted snakes. And then I went in and I added a little image here, which y'all have already done this in the zombie project, so y'all can figure that part out. But this is kind of how you edit text. Now check out the requirements because you have to do a few other things. That is basically how you get started on this.